You've got your garden jacket on.
I have.
This is known as the garden jacket.
Because I turn up in every vlog with this jacket on.
Should have a little badge saying G.
It's not really a jacket, it's more like a jacket.
An overcoat.
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 It's like my big coat. Hello and welcome back to Mersey Beat Gardening.
Hello.
In the shadow of John Lennon's old school.
Over there.
Just over there.
I've just said over there.
I know, so have I. So, we've got loads of vlogs. We haven't put a lot of them up since the last time we put one up.
I mean the last one.
So we're getting a bit behind on them because I've got to edit them as well. But it's early May, isn't it? First week in May at the moment.
Well, 3rd of May today, yeah.
And
local election day yesterday for some people. Anyway.
Yeah. So what we're doing today, well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to be finishing off the glazing of the greenhouse.
Over there.
Because I haven't had time to finish that off at the moment. The weather's been glorious down here, but it's been too hot to come in the middle of the day. So we come in the evening when it's a bit cooler.
A bit cooler in the evening.
It's a bit cooler now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to finish off the greenhouse glazing. What I noticed is that some of the glazing panels are a bit...
Alright, I'm just getting a little fly.
Some of the glazing panels are different sizes, especially the ones on the roof. So I've had to cut strips off them to fit them in.
Yeah, because when you buy those polycarbonates, they come in one set, don't they?
They do.
10
and they
sheets.
do the side. Yeah. The side of it's fine. Don't do that, Kath.
I've done it.
No, you can't because you have to do the back.
Oh, yeah.
And it... I don't know what you... Look, people are going to look at that now and think, what are you doing?
I'm doing that.
No, but don't do that. It's not very professional.
Hey, you.
We're supposed to be making professional vlogs, Kath. Come on.
Carry on, Phil. Don't take it so seriously.
Yeah, but you've got to do it. People will turn off.
So we're talking about these polycarbonate sheets, and they come in about 10 in one pack, don't
Yeah,
they?
but they come in this standard size, which is 4 foot by 2 foot.
Yeah,
which
and you get them in different thicknesses.
It represents 2 panes of glass because the normal greenhouse size with a pane of glass is about 2 foot by 2 foot square.
Yeah.
But the roof ones, when you put them on the roof, they're a bit smaller. They're a tad smaller, which means you have to cut a strip off the ones
you mean
that
they're
go
a
on the
tad
roof.
bigger?
No, they're a tad smaller.
How can it be smaller if you have to cut it off?
Because you have to cut them off. They're not the standard size of a 2 foot by 2 foot. They're slightly smaller, Kath.
Well, you're not talking about
The
2
roof
panes,
panels.
Phil. You're talking about one continuous
Yeah,
piece.
I know, but if you were buying 2 panes of glass, you'd have to get them cut slightly smaller for the roof.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Because the way that these old greenhouses work, you know. We don't have polytunnels here, Kath.
Oh, God, no. Dear God, there's enough of them.
It's polytunnel heaven here.
It's like a shanty town.
Everyone's got polytunnels.
Yeah, green shanty town.
I don't know. Have you got loads of polytunnels on your allotment site? Tell us that in the comments, because I'd like to know that. I think the They've gone crazy, stir crazy. It's the loads of them flooding the market from China because
Maybe they're getting them because
they're very
they're
cheap.
not tariffed.
They must be very cheap and they're not tariffed.
They're not tariffed by Trump. Yeah.
In fact, we'll do very well out of the tariffs for America because they'll flood our market with cheap goods. So you can have at least 30 or 40 Barbie dolls.
Does that include
Not just
Ken?
2.
Well, there's that Ken as well.
It could be. It could be Ken. Did you hear that, what Trump said about the babies,
The Barbie dolls. I didn't actually. No,
Oh, no.
I didn't hear it.
He said that, kids will have to stop getting 30 Barbie dolls for Christmas. They'll have to make do with 2.
Oh.
And we'll add a couple of books onto them as well. They're going to cost a fortune. The poor Americans don't know what they're in for.
No, I think the US is going. It's heading for a big collision.
It's going crazy, isn't it?
It really is. Big collision.
It is, and we're going to get the cheap imports from things like raised beds and stuff like that, where they make them all in China, these raised beds now, and you can get them, you can pick them up for like 2 for 40 quid or less.
That's what we got ours for.
Yeah, I know. But that's it. But years ago, they used to cost hundreds of pounds for.
Yeah. Well, the
one
Vajayga
of them.
ones still do.
This Vajayga one we got. Yeah, we got gifted that
Yeah, from the company.
from the company to do a little
But
thing.
that would that big one here, which has got really 3 sections to it.
Yeah,
That's what?
it's still about over £400.
Yeah, it's above 400.
It still is now.
Yeah.
But we don't want a trade war with China because.
Okay, so we're
Anyway.
not talking about China or Trump. We're talking about gardening.
No, okay. So tonight I'm going to get onto the greenhouse and get sorting that out. So you'll see a bit of that. So you'll see me doing that, right? You, what are you doing?
I'm going to be
Smarty.
I'm going to be doing some trimming at the back around the crabapple tree.
Oh right.
The willow we haven't pruned this year. We haven't coppiced this year. I'm going to leave it till next year.
Yeah.
Because we were busy with work and stuff, we didn't get to do it this year. But all around there, where the wildflowers and the little woodland glen is, I'm going to be trimming around there.
Yeah.
And just generally sourcing out more land as well.
More bland.
Land
More like the bland.
for availability for crops to go in.
I see.
And so, because the chives are amazing this year, those chives we've got
We haven't cut them yet.
We haven't even cut them now.
You better get cutting them tonight.
Also, broad beans are doing good. The shallots, garlic and onion are doing fantastically well in the Vajayga bed. They're doing fabulous this year.
I was going to make a chicken stir fry tonight with chicken and chives. I just found the chicken's gone off in the hot weather. Smelled awful.
No, it was in the fridge.
So we can't have that.
No. So that's gone in the compost, doesn't it? Not here, at home. Yeah.
That's what happens.
Okay.
I can't grow
the
chickens.
The strawberries are doing really good. They've all got the flowers.
Yeah, they're doing
so
great.
it gives us an indication of what sort of fruit crop we're going to get.
Yeah.
And still some of the raised beds over here need sorting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get
And
on
we've
with
been
that.
busy this week off camera, but basically sowing seeds for the.
So what have you
future
sown
crops.
this week?
Well, I've sown French climbing beans, which I absolutely love. French
Are
climbing
they
beans.
the purple queen?
No, there's something else. They're another. I think they're called Cobra.
Cobra.
I
Cobra's
think they
nice.
are.
We've had them before.
But they're absolutely gorgeous. I love them. And there's other things I've sown as well. Food crops. I can't remember what they are now. But they're coming up anyway. The hot weather is aided germination.
But we've gone past the heat wave now today, haven't we, really? Because we had it for a good 4 days.
It's a bit cooler now.
Very above
today.
seasonal expectancy. But
That's
now,
crazy for the end of April, early May.
I mean, what did we hit midweek? 29?
Yeah, it was hotter than Ibiza, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It's the hottest May day on record.
Yeah, 1st of May was, ever. And the sunniest April on record, ever. So that gives you an indication of what's going on with climate change, doesn't it?
Yep. So we're going to get on with some work now, and what happens, happens, and we'll show you on camera what happens. And if it doesn't happen, it won't happen.
But it might happen,
But if it
but
does
you never
happen,
know,
you
it
will,
couldn't happen.
and you will see it. So Yeah,
So-
we'll see you in a minute.
Are we good to go?
We're good to go.
Okay.
See you in a minute.
Let's go.
Right, before I start work, I'm going to show you the onions and shallots here that they've come on since the last time we saw you. They're really coming on in leaps and bounds now. And the other day I did weed in between them because I noticed the weeds are really coming up as well. And even in a few days, you see they're still coming up. They're coming back up again here. Weeds are coming up all the time at this time of year, and you just see them. I did completely weed this, and look, they're still coming up now. So this is how the Vijayga bed is looking. It's onions and shallots do very well in this bed. Now this is the bed we got gifted by the company, and it takes up quite a bit of an area, and it's a bugger to build. That's one thing I can say to it. Now what I've noticed, look at this. Onions are bolting, see? They're called scapes. You can eat them. And that means as soon as you see these, take them off, because it means that they are they're going to seed. They're under stress basically. So the hot weather usually causes this. Onions are generally a cold weather crop, but when they get too warm, they start to bolt. And these are the shallots basically, which are starting to bolt here. There's another one. Scapes are actually delicious just to eat them. There's another one. And another one. Scapes are basically flower heads that create seeds which go into seed. And if you leave them on, you're taking the nutrients away from the bulbs, so the bulbs don't develop properly. So it's best to remove them at the very first opportunity, as soon as you see them coming through like that. Just eat them. Yeah, top tip there. The greenhouse is partly, I've still got 2 more panels to do. This one I'm going to replace. That's a corrugated sheet there, but it's got holes in, and it's not very good. These are the new panels we put on. These here, these are the old panels that are still here. They need cleaning basically.
Who's cleaning them?
Oh, you're quick off the mark, aren't you? About the cleaning and what's going on?
It was in fact, you know those 2 panels there?
Which ones?
Corrugated ones. Oh, smell them onions. If we
Yeah,
had
the scapes. I've just
smell-o-vision.
been talking about scapes.
Have you just been taking them off?
I've just been eating them.
Oh, they smell beautiful.
I'll have to give you some scapes.
Oh yeah, they're lovely fried, you know.
Yeah,
Fry your scapes,
Yeah, I know.
don't discard them.
yeah. I've just
Yeah.
been explaining what they are.
They smell really strong.
I know. I've got onion breath now. So these are here. This is the strips. I'll show you this. See, they're thin corrugated strips, but I'm gonna use some tape to tape them together. They're the actual bits that I've cut off, right? It fits there nicely, 3 of them, but they're the bits that I've cut off these to make them fit, because they're a bit shorter. They have to be a bit shorter, that end. So that's been replaced, and see, that needs cleaning. That's been replaced, and that's been replaced, and so is that and that, which makes it much warmer in here. You can see by the gauge it's getting up to almost 50 degrees during the day, and 4.9 overnight. Now the problem we've got here is this. See see this arm here? That's an adjustable arm that's not working. Basically, it should open this vent here, but it's just at the moment not working at all. So I'm going to have to replace this and get a new one. That's going to be replaced as well. I've got to sort out this back because no light's getting in there at all. We've got at the back we've got what's it called, this weed, this vine weed or something, what's it called? Anyway, we've got that growing up the back, which is blocking out all the lights, so that the back needs sorting out. And these, the ones I haven't replaced, need cleaning. The garlic from the Isle of Wight is coming up here, and the onions from the supermarket not the supermarket, RHS, are coming up here, overwintering. So I'm going to get on with that at the moment. Catherine is sorting out these things here. What are these, Kath?
These are, I think they're a mixture of red currants and black currants. We got them from the lady next door, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't put much hope into them though, did we?
Because they were very tiny when we got them, but they're doing good now. So I'm going to build up the bed and then I'm going to give them some feed.
Oh, right.
So basically that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay.
Then I'm going to be down here doing the raised beds, getting them sorted, ready for planting out.
Yeah.
Various other things, the trimming also.
Notice the potatoes.
Oh, this, yeah.
Potatoes
you tried this technique this year.
Are coming up here. Now,
what's the difference this year, Phil?
The difference this year is
how you've done them.
Oh, plant them in the troughs. But what we need to do now is we need to earth these up. So this soil that surrounds them.
Yeah, but you need a spade for that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just showing the people how it's done. I don't want to crush the leaves, but just basically they need to be earthed up, and that will encourage a better crop of potatoes.
But how have we done it differently this year? Normally we would either do it in one flat row, in a slightly raised, or we would do them deep and earth already. But you chose to do the other technique, didn't you, where you earth the sides and
plant them in trough,
the drop points, and then earth them over.
But they really need earthing up tonight.
Yeah.
So
what are you doing that one then?
I'll try and do that. This row here are Irish lumpers that we grew in pots. We grew them in pots, and Catherine put them in the other night, straight into the ground. So spuds coming on. Anyway, let's set up the tripod. Okay, now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna tape these together on both sides. I've got special tape here. This is for greenhouses. It's a UV tape, ultraviolet tape. It's specially made for greenhouses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on here on the strips. It's important I do this because these, if we get high winds or anything, these are just going to blow out. So they need to work together as one complete unit rather than separate strips. As I said, these are offcuts from the roof. So we didn't have anything to fit this area at all. So I'm just going to place these on here. What's Kath?
Are you keeping it straight?
No, it doesn't have to be straight.
I like your rugged lines.
Don't worry about it. Practicality rather than... So just burnish it now so that the rain doesn't get in too much. I do have a proper burnisher for this. I'll have to bring it down next time I come. It's called a bone folder, and it's used usually in craft work, but it's like or bookmaking basically. It burnishes stuff. So I'm going to do the other side as well. Stuff is very sticky. And it does last. It does last for many years like this if it's done properly. You can also use this tape if you're using this plastic glass replacement stuff, polycarb, whatever it's called. You can use the tape to secure it to the frame. Of the greenhouse to stop them blowing out in the high winds. Just gives them that extra security, because these are very light panels, and if the wind gets in they will blow out even with the clips on, so it often does need something else to secure it. And I'm going to put a bit on the bottom to secure it to the frame here. maybe the top. Doesn't look particularly attractive, but doesn't have to. Everything you do on the allotment serves a purpose, and sometimes it doesn't look very attractive. See what I mean? Get a camera. Get a camera.
You're not singing
no,
to
I'm
them,
not.
serenade them. So you're happy with that?
Yeah, that'll do. Does the job. That's not going to go anywhere now.
That was 3 pieces, wasn't it, that we had left fitted together from the offcuts from the end?
That's right, yeah.
So it's a good idea to use them.
It's nice and it's done. That bit's done now. Yeah.
What about you tape on that?
Yeah, probably that could do with some tape on as well, couldn't we?
In fact, we could do with a new piece for there, couldn't we?
We could, but for the time being...
Ideally. For the time being, it's good.
It's alright.
Are you fitting them others tonight, Phil? The two...
I'm going to try and fit them. One of the most important things to remember at this time of the year when the greenhouse gets really hot is to water your plants, and we have permanently water in situ, so that the water that we put on is the same temperature as the water as the heat of the greenhouse, so the plants don't seem too shocked. But as you can see, it's early May and these crops will be ready pretty soon, and then we'll be getting our tomatoes in here, which we're growing at home at the moment, and they'll be taking the place of these. Overwintering onions are easy to bolt, and that's usually because they get too hot and they're under stress. But hopefully this year will be alright, although the last few days have been far too hot for them and we can't get down all of the time. Need to fix that skylight in the greenhouse. Let's go and get some more water, make sure they're well watered. You really have to soak these in this hot weather. Give them a real good watering so as they last a few days anyway. I think they're benefiting from the extra light that's coming in through these clean panels at the front. You can see the benefiting from it. Now, remember when I told you about this, what's this stuff called, Catherine?
Polycarbonate.
Polycarbonate sheeting.
Yeah, I was confusing it with polymer, which is something totally different. No, it's definitely polycarbonate. Polycarbonate
sheeting has two sides to it. It has a side that should point out to the sunshine, which has got the UV layer in, and a side that should be put on the inside of the greenhouse. So the printed side, this size here, it has instructions to tell you that. So expose this side to sunlight, so that side goes on the outside. These are peelable sheets, these peel off. Now, I did say to you about them being a bit shorter on the roof side, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut a strip off. I've got two sheets left, that one and this one, so I'm going to have to cut the strip off. And I've got one here, the old roofing panel, as you can see it's cracking up and it's in the right state. It's not going to hold together much longer, so I'm going to use that as a measuring thing to measure it up. I use the straight edge, take it down there, and that strip there is going to come off. So I'll do that in time lapse. I've got a cutter. This is my cutter, and I'm just going to use that edge there as a guide. Okay, let's see how it goes. So that's our two sheets cut, and now we're going to replace the not so good sheets on this side. So that goes there. I'll take this round the other side. So there's the panel we're putting in there, and that's the one we're replacing. This panel here is just a bit of corrugated sheeting that we had. I'll just put the ladder here. So I'll explain what we're doing. First of all, we've got these trellises at the side. They're going to stay on, but we've got clips here that we're going to remove. These clips, W clips they're called. If you haven't seen any of this before, you know exactly what these are. If you have seen them before, you know exactly what they are. If you haven't, then that's what they're called for greenhouses. You can get them in any garden centre, and they've served the job well. At least these ones haven't blown out anyway, unlike the other panels have. So we're going to do this one on this side, and the same corrugated sheet, which is that one there, on the other side, and that'll be all we need to do as far as the greenhouse is concerned. Now there's some clips up there I can't reach, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it from the outside and push these panels from the outside. So let's see if we can do that. There's the clips. I'll put these in here. So they have got some tape on them to stop them blowing out, and that needs removing here and a bit down here. The tape has lasted quite well actually, considering it's been there for years. And that does secure it in. Special UV tape for greenhouses, but it does decay. This is decaying now. I can feel it's starting to fall apart in my hand. See that? That's decayed. So getting rid of all of this. It's in a right state. So there we go. Still a bit of tape. There's a clip in there that's not coming out yet. There's another clip here that's come out. Pop that there. Take that clip, that other clip. And there we have it. Daylight. There we go. Served its job well, but that's the end of its life. Put them clips there, save them. So that must have been there for about 8 years, that. And it's lasted well. Just get the residue of all this tape off here. Oh, clean up the guttering.
Got a visitor.
Oh, it's a dog.
It's Bart.
Barty the dog.
Bloody Barty, isn't it?
Show you Barty the dog here.
I've just given him a few treats. Carol gave him a few treats.
Where's he gone? Where's Barty? Hey Barty. Barty, what are you doing?
Is there more treats?
Where's Barty?
You have to see your mum for more treats.
It's a fellow allotment holder's dog. Just wandered onto the plot, as they do. If you put a dog in your video, you're bound to get 100 times more. You get more likes. Always have an animal in your video. People love it. Yeah, he's a bit of a barker. I'm going to carry on with the gutter in here. Anyway, that's enough of Barty. You watch me. So yeah, just carrying on getting some of this basically crap out of the guttering. Just debris, leaves and whatever gets stuck. Don't have to be too precious about it. There we go. We're about ready to put a new panel in there. I'm going to put this in, but first of all we need to remove the plastic. So I'm going to remove the plastic on this side first, the unprinted side. Protective coating, and always the printed side goes on the outside because that's where the UV filter is. That filters the UV light out, stops the damaging UV rays on your plants. So the moment of truth is, will it fit that panel? Let's go and have a look. Let's see if you can see me. Best angle. Probably about there. What do you think? Or maybe there. Okay, let's go with it. And these do make it a bit more awkward, but I don't want to be taking them off really. A little groove at the top, I have to fit it in. There it goes. That fits in there. Hurrah! Perfect fit. Perfect fit. Stop loving that dog up.
Oh, you can't help it, you're too lovely. You're too lovely.
Besotted by Barty. See? Barty's at the back of the greenhouse here. Can't see him. So, got some clips. Put them in. No. I'm just going to take the camera off the tripod so you can see what I'm doing, because otherwise it will make no sense. Butterfly clips are also called butterfly clips because they're shaped like butterflies' wings. Now I won't just leave it at these clips because they will need reinforcing. I'm not going to do it tonight, but in high winds we do have trouble with them, these sheets flying off. So I'm going to put as many clips as I can fit on either side. Catherine's playing with Barty. think she wants a dog. I think she wants a little wiener. You want to get yourself a little wiener, Kath?
Oh, no.
She loves wieners. Can't get this clip in. Maybe I need to move the ladder. I think I do. Okay. There we go. They do fit quite snugly when they're on, but I wouldn't just use these clips. I would if they were glass, but because of they're so lightweight, if wind does get inside, if one of them blows off, a lot of them are going to blow off. So as soon as wind gets inside the greenhouse, that's a thing. That's pretty sturdy now. See, all them 3 panels there have been replaced. I need to reinforce them on the inside with some greenhouse tape, special UV tape that should last for years on them actually, but stop them from blowing out again. All things like this. The guttering needs cleaning. There's lots of maintenance work. These need cleaning. These are the only thing that's left of the old greenhouse is the back few panels of the glass, which didn't break, mainly because we had vegetation at the back, so they didn't smash them. Young vandals. Yeah, what can you do with them, eh? So that's that one. I'm going to do the last one on time lapse, and that'll call it a day from there on in. Barty, what are you doing, lad? Hey, Barty.
He's gorgeous, isn't he? Diane would love him, wouldn't she?
She would. He's a big dog, isn't he? So, breaking the soil up, that's important to do.
Just get the bit clogged
so that when you pile them up, it doesn't crush the young leaves at the top of the plant. They can still get through with no problem at all. Earthing them up does work because you do get more spuds. It does increase your yield.
Top, really.
Yeah, that's it.
Try and get them even all the way around.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put too much weight on.
No.
Little and often's better, really, for them.
I think it is. So that's it. That's a lot more light coming in now where there wasn't any before. These frosted panes that were meant to be temporary, but they ended up being there for years.
God, how many years? When did we first put them in?
About 8 years ago.
So they've lasted well.
They've lasted well, yeah.
They've lasted exceptionally well. So if anybody's thinking about getting them for the greenhouse,
Yeah.
Then also don't get the 4mm, get the 6mm.
6mm.
Much snug fit.
Polycarbonate
sheeting.
Carbon sheeting. And
get 6mm because most standard greenhouses are that width.
Yeah.
4 to 6. Go for the 6mm.
So the next job is to reinforce these, which I'll do another day with the tape that I just showed you before, how to use the tape, and clean the glass windows. Get rid of the bindweed. That's what it was. I've forgotten the name of it, but it's actually bindweed that's coming through the back. All that's got to be stripped down, so I have to get round the back of the greenhouse and sort that out. These sheets, you can get 30% more light if you just clean the sheets. So I'm going to bring some soapy water down and clean them sheets, the existing old sheets, so they don't look so old perhaps. And our crop should do well this summer. That's it. Okay, we ended up where we began, didn't we?
That was quick.
That was good, wasn't it?
What went then?
So it's just me slapping my thigh like Prince Charming. So as you can see, everything's coming along great, and summer is on the way. It's still, I consider it early spring, May time, early May.
Oh gosh, it's only the 3rd of May.
It's still early spring.
Summer's way off.
It's not full summer yet. Things are shooting up, as you can see. Everything's going crazy, and
the onions
we're
are
getting sorted
over here.
Yep.
They're doing really good.
It's a bit like getting the stage ready for the main performance. That's what spring is, isn't it?
It feels like that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Getting
where
the
you can
stage
do all
ready.
the tweaks and find out what needs to be done.
And then we get the crops in, and it all sort of kicks off, and we enjoy ourselves, don't we? In the summer.
And then it flourishes it into a very wonderfully...
Then we have a harvest-filled autumn.
A wonderfully pleasant performance that you can enjoy for a long time.
There you go.
Until autumn comes. Yeah. And then you're harvesting mad.
It's a Shakespearean symphony in horticulture, isn't it?
You know, that's a nice way of describing it, actually. That's a lovely way of describing it, because when you think about gardening and when you've been doing it years, it is like that process, isn't it?
It is a symphony.
And it's always changing, and it has a crescendo moment and a finale, and then it has a time of dormancy through the winter. So it's a lovely way of looking at it, that, actually.
Gardeners, are very special, creative individuals, aren't they?
Oh, we're talking about true gardeners here.
Yeah,
real gardeners,
true gardeners. Not your Sunday gardeners.
No. Like your Sunday painters.
Your serious gardeners who take it seriously.
Who've got a passion. Yeah.
We take it seriously.
Passion. And really are in touch with the whole environment and their positioning in it and what they grow and what they do to that land and how it affects everything else around them.
Yeah, it's a creative process.
The trees, everything that you've got around you,
It's an ongoing creative process that never stops.
Yeah.
It's the most creative thing we can do as individuals, I think. One of them, anyway.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this vlog, then give us that.
Give us a like, give us a subscribe.
Right, give us that.
Give us a comment and ring the bell.
Give us that, or give us that, or give us that. Give us all of them things.
I don't know where you're going with this.
And you can watch us in the next vlog. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
You want to say good night, Kath?
I'll say good night from me and good night from him.
Good night.
Okay. Can we go now?
Bye.
Bye-bye.